Hi, folks, and welcome to the Video Game Choo Choo podcast, the world's leading podcast named Video Game Choo Choo. I'm your host, John. Yeah, I haven't done that joke yet. A little surprised about
that. You're gonna get someone writing in and being like, well, actually, like in episode 83, you motherfucker.
You know what? Prove me wrong. If you're that big of a fan, I want you to prove me wrong. I will be more than happy to hear that. Folks, we're back with another episode. It's been great all these times. I promise I've been having a great time. Rose, you're here.
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
I think I got hair in my mouth still.
Oh, no.
It's not good.
The hair's here.
Yeah, the hair is here, unfortunately. No, it's just the animals have been coming in my room a lot more lately.
Oh.
And that's partially nice because I love hanging out with them. But one of the cats likes to come in here. And sometimes she likes to be affectionate and she likes to get petted and she likes to lay next to me. And then sometimes in the process of her feeling that way, she changes her mind and decides, I'd rather you not touch me, and then she bites me. And that I'm not a fan of.
That sounds like a cat.
That I don't like. So she's been doing that, and then my dog, who is a, what is he? He's like a Chihuahua and a, what are those little fucking things called? I don't remember off the top of my head. But he's got really long hair, and it's like similar in consistency to human hair, so it just gets everywhere because he likes to roll around in the dirt, and it's stinky, and he's a stinky little fucker. But I love him, and I just want to hold him all the time because he's a little boy, and I just want to hold him and pet his head. He's good sometimes. Anyway, I'm not talking about my dogs and the hair on my bed from them. Rose?
Yes.
I have been seeing a lot of screenshots on your Twitter from a game that looks like it's from the early 2000s. Why are you playing this early 2000s video game?
So, yeah, I'm playing Final Fantasy XI because I have a friend who's actually a writer on her own. And she was like, wouldn't it be fun if we did, like, travel logs for this FF11 game? And I was like, I like Final Fantasy, and I've tried playing this one before as well. So I kind of knew what I was getting into. But I don't... Have you seen, like, some of the insane shit that I've posted from that game? 'Cause
all of it looks insane.
All of it's insane.
All of it.
So, yeah, so Final Fantasy XI, for people who don't know, is 15 years old. It's celebrating its 15th anniversary this year.
So let me just say real quick.
Yeah.
A, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
B, I feel like pretty much everyone who's still playing that game has to be off the rocker.
Oh, absolutely. Let me tell you, like, just going around, like, it's the most horrifying thing because you'll, like, I'm actually playing the game, obviously, because I have to level and stuff like that. I have to, do content. People who are, like, maxed out level 99, which, big respect, I have to say, first of all, that they stopped at 99, because most games would just, do the flat 5 up to, like, 100 or something, like WoW did.
Sure. That bothers me a little bit. I kind of wish that they would...
Oh, but it's like a Final Fantasy game then, though, like, because it stops at 99.
Hey, I don't play Final Fantasy, so,
You play real games like Pokemon, where they go to 100.
Hey, that's not what I said. I just like round numbers.
Okay.
I'm not trying to say that one is better than the other, alright? Don't start a fight that I don't want to have.
Yeah, the Pokemon Final Fantasy Class 4 starting now. But yeah, people who are max level in that game just stay around, like, idling in the same spot for days at a time. And I just constantly assume they're dead. And it's really scary. Like, you'll see, like, the same, like, 5 people all standing around the same spot, like, days later. They're still there. They're just standing in the same spot. They haven't moved.
What are they doing?
I don't know. Sometimes you'll see people who are all... So you'll see a cluster of, like, 4 people, and they're all stacked on top of each other, and they're all named, like one of them's named, like, SwagJeffrey, one of them's named, like, Swag Thief, Swag, etc., and they're all... They all move in, like, the same, like, time, Like they're all moving together and doing actions at the same pace because people are multiboxing this game.
What? What is multiboxing? What is this?
Okay, multiboxing is when you're running multiple instances of the game at the same time. So that you are theoretically gaining the bonuses of having multiple accounts through playing at once. So you're playing all of them at the same time with the same controls. It's insanity is what it is. People do it for like a lot of like grindy games, stuff like that. Like people do it for WoW a lot. It doesn't.
Okay.
I don't get it personally. It makes no sense to me.
That sounds very scary.
It's very scary because, like I said, like you'll just see these roaming packs of people who are like constantly clipping into each other because they're like moving at the same pace. Mm-hmm. And they're just the same person, and it's a nightmare. This is a nightmare game. Let me tell you how I unlocked my class, Blue Mage. Okay. So I went into this alley in this big city, and there was a fortune teller, and I went to the fortune teller, and he asked me a personality quiz of 10 questions with multiple choice. Mm-hmm. I answered correctly on my first try. All the right, you have to answer the specific answers in order to continue the quest. If you mess up, you have to wait a real life hour and then come back, and then he'll let you do it again. But I did it right, and then this man goes, "Wow, your fortune was really good. My mother is dying. I wish I had a jewel that, I was just thinking about this. I wish I had this jewel from another continent. That would make her happy." And you go and get the jewel, and then you come back to him, and you say, "Here's the jewel for your mother." And he goes, "Oh, I lied to you. It's not my mother, it's my friend's mother. Please go to this weird cave." And you go to this cave, and a man appears, and he says, "Do you want ultimate power?" And you say, "Yes." And then he punches you, and you get knocked out, and then he takes out your eyeball and replaces it with another eyeball, and then he says you're a blue mage. Yeah, no.
Why are you playing this game?
Because I'm fascinated by it. It's like everything's... See, like, nothing is the same. Oh. Like... So, to unlock Samurai, some guy was like, "Hey, so make me a sword. I want to make a sword. Can you help me get the things to make a sword?" And I just got him the things to make him a sword, and he goes, "Cool, wait 3 days." So I waited 3 days.
Real days?
Yes. I came back 3 days later, and he goes, "Oh, yeah, it took forever, huh? Didn't you? Well, anyways, here's your reward." And then he it goes into this cutscene where a man comes out from behind a box. It's a pirate man, and he says, "Yar, your reward be the sword. You're a samurai now."
Why does the pirate give you this?
I don't know.
Okay, look. I can understand why you're playing it.
Yeah.
Because like you like weird ass shit.
Yeah.
Look, I get it. I also love looking at weird ass shit. How many people are playing this game still? It's 15 years old.
Yeah, it still has a $12 sub. You have to pay
free?
12. Nope. It costs to buy all the expansions, it costs next to nothing right now. It costs I think $10 or something. But yeah, it has a monthly sub still. Also, I don't know do you know about how you launch the game? Because this is the real thing. That's the most of its era.
Please fill me in.
You have to open this thing called the Play Online Launcher, which is the most early 2000s thing I have ever seen in my life, which is this custom software that Square Enix had made with the intent of filling with a bunch of their online games. It's this horrible nightmare. It has just horrible menus you have to navigate and stuff like that, because you could also do it on the PS2, right? Because Final Fantasy XI was on the PS2.
Oh God.
But it has custom music, which is all amazing, I will say. It's just these real bangers of songs. Just imagine any weird video game menu. I'm trying to think of a good like Phantasy Star. It sounds like Phantasy Star online.
Okay.
Like that type of music. It's you have to navigate through this hell, and like to make multiple characters, to even have one character, you have to buy a separate character license for 99 cents. And then so that's what makes the sub $12, because otherwise it's 11. And you have to pay this license for them to have your character exist. And you have
license?
Yeah, a license. And then you like, there's just all of these tabs that are completely empty because they never made any other games for this horrible thing. And there's just FF11, and it just, it's a lot.
This is really scary. Like, I don't think I would be able. I do not think I'd be able to handle this.
No,
you are far more powerful than I am.
I don't think so either. Is the thing. I'm barely handling it. Like, so to level, there's so many things in this game that are so like completely out of its like mind that it's just like, why? Like, so to get to where I unlocked Blue Mage is one of the expansions, right? To unlock this area of the expansion, you have to first figure out how to get an invitation to this crime syndicate. You join this crime syndicate. You talk to this man in the back of this room inside of the crime syndicate building, and he says, "Do you know what's up?" And the options are yes, no. And you just choose one of those, and he just says, "You're wasting my time." If you go underneath no, there's an invisible third option that is just nothing. And then you just say nothing to him, and he's like, "Oh, you must know what's up." And that's how you get the pass to go to the new continent. And there's just stuff like that everywhere. You have to trade. It's like, you know how like you can trade items to people in MMOs? Like you just right click on them and trade. That's how you have to like open doors in that game. You trade the key to the doors.
Whoa.
It's so... Everything about this game, it's so that they've done a lot to like make it more accessible, quote unquote. Like they've so before to have a mount in that game to move at a reasonable pace, you had to have a chocobo. To get a chocobo, it took 3 real world months. Back in the day, it took 3 months to get a chocobo. Is it now?
Is it now just 1?
No, now it's still 3 months, but you can just get other mounts just by doing one quest.
Cool.
That's really short. And then, but the thing is the chocobo thing was supposed to be this big reward. So when you're on a chocobo, because it's supposed to be like old Final Fantasy games, you can't be attacked by any enemies. So now that you have the mount system, when you get on a mount, because otherwise the entire game would fall apart if they used any other system, you just can go through all of these like really dangerous areas without any fear. And that's really good. And there's like, they added like these weird like, do you know like in Borderlands 2 they have that the coins that you get from just doing like random things? Like, I
don't think I've played Borderlands 2.
Oh, okay.
I just played the first one. Yeah.
There's this system, like I think it was like the badass points or something or whatever. You just did
that sounds right.
You killed like 20 enemies or whatever, and you'd get like a point, and you could put it into this thing that just gave you stats or whatever. They were all just like easy tasks, like rack 'em up stuff, like achievements. They have that in this game to make you level up faster or give you like random items, and that's good because it makes a lot of stuff easier. But that system's also incredibly convoluted. Everything's just kind of a nightmare. And I can't stop like when people say they can't look away from like a fire or an explosion, that's like exactly what it's like for me. Like, it's just like,
absolutely,
what is going on? I have to I finally got to like the 3rd expansion, I think, and it actually has a story now. Because before it has a story, which is like really just sort of mediocre, which is just like a cutscene every like 20 hours or something like that. I'm over exaggerating, but something like that. And now they're actually like, there are characters with names and stuff, and it's like getting at least remotely interesting, but it's also completely insane, and they don't tell you how to do anything. So I'm very overwhelmed at all times.
Sounds about right.
No one should play this game, is what I'm saying. I mean, maybe if you're really interested in seeing like the craziest thing ever of all time, but so like for example, let me tell you, Blue Mage, the class that I'm playing. Do you want to know what you have to do for Blue Mage? Do you know how Blue Mage works in Final Fantasy?
No.
So you get hit by the monsters, and then you learn their moves. That's how it works in the old Final Fantasies.
Oh, like kind of like that one character in 6, the like feral kid.
Yes, exactly like him.
Okay.
Yes, like Gao. Yeah, so it's exactly like that. In the MMO, it works exactly the same way, which is really funny because like there's so many abilities in that game that are completely insane. Like, so my curing spell, like to heal myself, is called Wild Carrot, and I just make this carrot appear in front of my face, and then it explodes, and that heals me. And there's just like stuff like, I have Foot Kick. That's the name of one of my spells, Foot Kick, because it's from like a rabbit with big feet, or whatever.
Sounds like you got a lot of. It sounds like you got a lot of stuff from rabbits.
Yeah, those two are the ones that came to mind because they're the most ridiculous. Because Foot Kick makes, when I cast it, I wave my hands in front of my face, and then a giant boot falls from the sky on the enemy.
That sounds pretty raw, actually.
There's so much shit like that. Like, I have Bludgeon that just makes a giant cane appear in midair and whack them a bunch of times. It's just like really dumb. But the thing is, you have to get hit by the monsters. But because this is a hell game, you have a like percent chance to learn it.
Oh boy.
So basically what I just do, because I'm a stupid idiot who thinks Blue Mage is cool, is I'm just going here, gathering up like 5 rabbits or whatever, and letting them hit me until like they all use their moves, and then I beat them all up at once and hope that I get it. And that's my progression.
Rose,
Yes.
I'm frightened.
Yeah.
That's kind of all I have to say about that. It's really
I don't
scary.
think there's more to say. Like like I said, this game is crazy. My friends seem to be doing more stuff than me, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this makes sense." And I'm like, "No, it doesn't. You have to do quests to raise your level cap. When you get to like level 55, they're just like, you can't level up anymore." And I'm like, "What?" And then this old man goes like, "If you get me a tomato, I'll let you get to level 60.
All right.
And like, to get the tomato involves like this incredibly arduous task where you have to make yourself invisible, make yourself completely silent, and then like sneak your way through these like level 70 zones of enemies for some reason. And then you get a tomato. And I was like, this is insane. And my friends were like, it was fine. And I'm just like, what?
If your friends listen to this podcast, I need them to hear my voice. Rose's friends, figure something out.
Yeah.
If you need to talk to somebody, I'll reach out. Y'all can talk to me. Because this is scary, and y'all need. I don't know if you need help. I don't know what you need, but I'll try. There are other video games out there that you don't have to do this kind of shit.
There's Final Fantasy 14 even. That's the one that's not crazy.
They made a new one, and then they made a new one that's good.
Yeah, that's what I want to say to like every Final Fantasy 11 player. I'm like, you all know that they made a new one, right? Like that.
Maybe they don't.
They made games since 2003.
Isn't Final Fantasy XI the one where like they have a boss that has so much HP that like multiple people have died trying to fight it because it takes so long?
It takes like a full day. It takes like over a full day or something. They've made it easier now, but yes, that was what it was. there are things about this game that are really cool, okay? So I'd like to say that, because it seems like I'm just saying like all the insane things. Like, there's cool stuff, like they really experiment a lot, I would say, compared to like how a lot of current MMOs do. Not to say like there's obvious reasons why current MMOs are more accessible. But like there's like they'll just do weird shit, like for the thief quest, you have to climb a building. And they're just like, "Oh, well, you're too heavy to climb the building, so you have to take off all your gear," or something like that. And then like, but if you're like one of the smaller like character races, you don't have to do that. It's only if you're the bigger ones. And then if you're like the biggest one, there's just an entirely different thing going on that you have to do. And there's like they do fun, interesting things like that, but also you have to do all this crazy shit in the meantime.
Bro,
like, yeah,
this sounds like a nightmare. I think we need to move on.
okay, yeah, no, yeah, that's a game.
Move on.
That's
Move on.
People who play that game need to move on.
Yeah. So I will be honest. I have not played too many games lately, or at least nothing that I can really talk about. I have been playing a little bit of Bayonetta 1. I fucking suck at that game. I didn't really realize how bad I was, but like now I'm just like, man, that's a shame.
Have you played Bayonetta 2?
Yes, I mean I love those games. I'm just not very. I'm very out of practice. I haven't played a platinum game in a while.
Like one in terms of like fluidity, I would say one is a little bit rougher than like 2 or say Revengeance or any more recent platinum game. So I could understand why it would be a little bit of a challenge.
I will say that a problem that I have with platinum games, and I'm not. This is gonna sound a little weird, but I don't know. I hope that people would agree and not just think that I'm being too much of a wuss. I feel like platinum games levels are too long. I think that they would, because those games want you to replay levels. They want you to get better at the game. They want you to figure out the combat, and they want you to figure out the enemies, etc., etc., etc. I think that game would be, or all platinum games would be serviced way better if they took, I'm not saying make the game itself shorter. I'm just saying like take what's there and just chop the levels up into smaller pieces, because I think that would just be better for replayability, would be better for practice, would be better for understanding the flow of the enemies, understanding the combat. I think that would be a little bit better. In my opinion, I feel like other people will disagree and say, oh, I think that it's perfect having these big long chunks because it gives you a good amount of variety and all that. Like, I can see other opinions, but to me, I just think like, I just like playing Bayonetta 1, I feel like it's just disheartening because I will start to play a level and I will jump into a combat encounter. I will get my ass kicked. I'll restart. I'll keep playing it, and then I'll get a fucking pure platinum. I'll dominate it. And then I go to the next one, and I fuck up. And it's like, well, I'm not necessarily just like completely bungling it. Like, sometimes I'm like understanding it. But it's like, you start to hone the encounter. And then you move on to the next one and you fuck up even a little bit. You're like, well, that feels like shit now because now I'm going to get to the end of the thing and it's just going to be like, you get a silver medal or something. And it's like, well, yeah, but you should have seen me in that first fight. Ooh, boy. And I just feel like if it was like 3 or 4 combat encounters per level and you could restart and like really hone them, I think that would actually like translate better to what those games want you to do.
Sure. I think you're absolutely right for Bayonetta 1. I think there are plenty of levels that are really long, and I think that definitely I have that mindset with a lot of games. I had that mindset with Sonic Forces of like, oh, I did this bad, I need to restart until I get it like absolutely right. Because that's what you want to do in a lot of ranking-based games. Yeah, I felt that way about Revengeance, too. Like, I mean, I haven't played Revengeance in a while, but like I was just thinking about it, and I was just like,
man, yeah, like that game's not long, but I feel like if you just made it a little bit more segmented, you could just get that game down pat so perfectly.
I think a big thing with a lot of them is that they expect you to do bad your first time because you have to get all the moves anyway. Like, they expect you to play it on, like, non-stop infinite climax, for example, or hard and stuff like that. Again, and like with all the moves that you have afterwards and all the weapons and stuff like that. And I think Bayonetta 2 at least has a fair compromise where they have the tag climax thing, which not a lot of people I think to try, but it really is a good thing to do because it's basically just really segmented battles that give you a bunch of currency and stuff like that you can use. And I think that's like probably the best tools for practice they have in those games. I don't necessarily have a problem with them, but I've also am a crazy person who plays Final Fantasy 11. And I've always played Devil May Cry a lot when I was younger, so I'm just sort of used to it. But I do see what you mean, especially with Bayonetta 1 as someone who tried to play that last year. That game has a lot of levels that just sort of keep going and going, and I wish that more of them would do what Bayonetta 2 does, where, like, the boss fights, no matter how small the boss fight is, even if it's, like, a shortish boss fight, was its own section. If you know what I mean? Because, like...
Yeah.
It just feels kind of like garbage to like be doing really, really good, and then you get to the boss that you haven't done yet or know the mechanics of, and then you sort of mess up with that, and then you get like a stone rating at the end, for example, or something like that. It just sort of feels like I think there's a big problem with the tangibility of ratings even. I would say.
I also really don't like that you have to go backwards to find secret levels.
Yeah, that's a big problem too, because it's never clear. Like, if it was more clear, right? Like, if it was like obvious that like, oh, like a new path opened backwards or something like that, that would be more interesting.
Like, I enjoy the concept of going off the beaten path to find things, but at least from what I've played of Bayonetta 1, like, again, it's been a while since I played 2. It's been a while since I played Bayonetta 1 as well. But, like, I just, like, there's not, like, when I go off the beaten path, I find items. And that's all well and good. Yeah. But you have to go backwards at specific intervals to find the secret levels. And that's just stupid. Like, just put them off the beaten path. Let me keep going forward.
And it never makes sense where they are.
Yeah.
Like, it's never...
They never give you any indication.
Yeah, no. Like, I think Bayonetta 2 got a little bit better about it because they tend to place something in a section where it is. Like, they'll place, like, a big shining chest in the distance. Or, like, for example, in the second level of Bayonetta 2, there's... if you turn around after a cutscene, you can see, like, there's two people on a bench with hearts coming off of it, which is, like, conspicuous. It makes you go, like, oh, I should go check out over there. But definitely in Bayonetta 1, and even I would say still in Bayonetta 2, for a lot of them, it just doesn't make any sense why you would think to go backwards. Like, it's not... And it's just sort of... It's never compelling to go backwards either. Like I said, if they had made, like, an alternate path, for example, like, if sudden... Like, say you're... All of a sudden, like, there's a door opens or something, and you can go to the right... backwards instead of just going straight back, like, that would make more sense. It'd be like, oh yeah, that's open now or something. I've never been a fan of the secret things as far back as Devil May Cry. I think they're really obtuse, and not in a good way.
Absolutely. It's still fun though. I like to see all the crazy things happening. I like to throw angels into hell. That's fun.
I need to get back to Bayonetta 2 on Switch because I played the hell out of it on Wii U because that's why I bought a Wii U. I never ended up doing like a full pure platinum run, so I wanted to do that on the Switch, but I ended up getting distracted by some game. Ni no Kuni 2 probably. That sounds like the game that it would be.
Hey, fair enough. I do have one other very stupid story, though. So, for some reason a few nights ago, I got this bug up my ass thinking about other YouTube poop source stuff, not from Hotel Mario and Zelda CDI. Yeah. I started thinking about I Am Mean.
What is I Am Mean? No.
You are not aware of I Am Mean. Okay. No. So I Am Mean was actually created by the same people that did the animation for Zelda CDI.
Great.
The same team. I think they were called Animation Magic. So I Am Mean was advertised as Doom Jr.
What?
They wanted to advertise it as an alternative for kids to play this instead of Doom, because they were like, oh, there's no violence in it. It's all educational. That's what they claimed it was. But the actual gameplay of it is you just go around punching things in a maze, and you come across scrolls, and then you edit the scrolls for grammar. That's it.
Doom Jr.
Doom Jr. So, it's called I Am Mean because the villain of the game is this evil librarian warlock named, I think, Ignatius Mortimer Mean. Or I Am Mean.
Ugh.
And I implore you to, at the very least, look up the intro to I Am Mean, because it is very funny. It is very bad, but it is very funny. I mean, it's as good as you would expect from Animation Magic, the creators of the CDI cutscenes. I Am Mean sings a wonderful song where he sings about creating a magic book that, I'll just quote him. He goes, this book is made to order, but it isn't to be read. When you look inside this book, you're sucked inside instead. That's what he says. So
I'm seeing this now. Yeah, I'm wow. Oh my god, yeah, he's saying what you said.
Yeah, he does.
Oh my god. Oh, the book's like squeezing.
Yeah, he like squeezes the book and it like flips around a whole bunch, and then he like flies off at the end for some reason. Like, I don't know why he full on like does a flip and flies off at the end of that cutscene. But yeah, it's a bad game. But I was thinking about it, and I went on eBay to see how much a copy would be, because I thought it would be funny to own a copy of I Am Mean. The actual game was like $50.
Oh.
But someone on eBay was selling the shareware version of it, which was the if you are not aware of what shareware was, back in the 90s, DOS PC games would basically have demos that they would distribute for free or on like not really websites, but like, you know, just like they would distribute it online, or they would have discs available for free at retailers, and it would just be a demo basically, and then you would call a number and they would send you the full game once you send them a check or something like that. And so someone is selling the shareware version of I Am Mean, which says that it is the first 2 levels of I Am Mean, for like $10. And how could I say no to that?
Yeah, how could you say no to that?
So I have the shareware I Am Mean in the original shrink wrap, mind you. And the funniest part is I went and looked at the person who sold the game to me on their eBay listing, and they live literally 10 to 15 minutes away from where I'm moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, just, you know, small world. Anyway, that's something that I have. I'm probably going to invest in, like, some kind of stand or something so I could put it on, like, my desk or something, because it is very funny. It was definitely worth $10. It is a very stupid little thing that I have. And then, if I ever want to play I Am Mean, the first 2 levels, I could totally do that. I'm gonna have to run it in DOSBox, though, because this is from the 90s.
Oh, God.
But that option is there, I guess? I'm not gonna actually do it. I love that it's in the shrink wrap. This is gonna be a fucking family heirloom.
That's... Hey... Yeah, sure. I am mean throughout the ages.
I don't know why he became a librarian if he hates books so much.
Maybe it was like his psychiatrist was like, oh, conquer your fears or your hate or something like that, so he became that.
Well, that psychiatrist should probably get fired because, fucking like 2 months into being a librarian, fucking I am mean is just like, oh look, what clever children, and it's like, oh fuck, here he goes, like, oh shit.
He's singing his piece again.
Oh Christ. And then something else I found out, they actually made a sequel. I forget what it's called off the top of my head, but it's about his wife, who finds the like book of history, and she rips out all the pages. So you have to go find all the books of history. Yeah, because she destroys history. Like he's reading, she's history. I guess they probably have a son who hates math. I guess like law of averages.
Chill Manor,
that's correct. Yes, that's what it is. Like, it's very funny. Like, you don't even know. Like, the game just starts and it's just like this old lady that says like, I stole the book. I ripped it up. But then at the end of it, like, you're about, like, she's like captured or something. I don't even really, I think she's like tied up and captured by your character. And then fucking I am mean, like, shows up and is like, oh, my precious wife, let me take you back. And then he like takes her and he's like, we'll be back sometime, children. And then he vanishes, and then they totally didn't make another game.
How could they, really?
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I am mean. That's something that I own now, and it is very funny to me. Rose, have you been playing anything else, perhaps?
What have I been doing? I did play Samus Returns. Metroid.
Okay.
The DS one, because for my birthday I got a 2DS, which it's good. I like the 2DS, although no game uses the ZL and ZR buttons at all. Mm-hmm. Despite that, Samus Returns is, this is my hot take, probably the best 2D Metroid.
Really?
And the reason I say this is because it exists in a world where it can learn from the other 2D Metroids.
Well, I mean, it probably helped out a lot that it wasn't made by Nintendo.
Probably. I'm up in the air about that, but probably. Let's say probably. I was a little worried about it because it was made by Mercury Stream. I'm sure Ryan's talked about this probably like a year ago at this point. But, like, those guys made the Castlevania Lords of Shadow games. I like the Lords of Shadow games proper because they're fucking insane. But the 3DS ones, the 3D ones, I think it was also on, like, 360 and stuff. Not so good. The ones that are, like, trying to be, like, classic Castlevania games, they were not very good. Mm-hmm. And that's why I was like, oh, well, Metroid's basically 2D Castlevania to an extent. So, like, I was worried about that. No, it's good. I think it's good. I like the melee counter thing. I think that game had a good blend of, like, the very classic stoic Metroid and also, like, a blend of more trying to integrate, like, a degree of character into Samus that's good. But not like the other M.
Yeah, let's not do that again, shall we?
I hope not.
Fingies crossed.
Yeah, yeah, that game's cool. I liked all the changes they made as someone who was not exactly a fan of Metroid 2. I don't know if you've ever played Metroid 2, the original one.
I don't think I have. I actually played a little bit of another Metroid 2 remake.
Oh, okay. I haven't played that. I have it downloaded, and I should probably... I don't know if I'll end up playing it, because I've now played, like, Metroid 2 and this.
Yeah, like, I mean, I think it's interesting that they both exist, but I almost feel like... Samus Returns, Samus Returns is the new one. Yeah. That's right. Yep. Yeah, it's Return of Samus is the
That's it. Yeah.
Game Boy one. The new one... I feel like it's a little more worth the time because it has the extra added content. You know, it's not just a straight remake. And I don't want to necessarily say, oh, wasted time on that dude that made that game. It took a long time.
I think also, like, it's interesting to see the two different ideologies, for sure. Like, this was definitely turning into basically making it into a whole new game, honestly. Like,
yes.
Like, they added, like, lava zone. I think there were lava zones, but, like, more substantial lava zones. Like, half the power-ups in this game were not in the original, stuff like that. They added a lot of technical complexity to the levels that I haven't really seen outside of, like, the end of Fusion when you're trying to 100% it. Right. And that is one problem I will say that I had with the game, is that you can't control it with the D-pad, which sucks. Because when you have these really precise jumping parts and stuff like that, and you're using the goddamn circle pad, it is a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
Which is particularly bad in this one sequence that's a chase sequence, kind of like in Metroid Fusion. But it's very long, and it goes on for a while, and trying to jump into all of these small, like, cliff area things with the morph ball and stuff like that and being really fast is, like, next to impossible. But besides that, it's really good. I like all the additions they did. They added more stuff with the baby Metroid that I really liked, because I love the baby Metroid.
Love to see a baby.
Yeah. The little baby just follows you around. It's great.
Aww.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
He's the last power-up of the game because he breaks blocks for you. It's great.
That's super good.
I love it a lot. That game's really good. I recommend it if you feel like pulling out your 3DS, which apparently is being supported until 2019 and beyond, according to Nintendo.
Well, I mean, I still have it next to my bed because I still occasionally do stuff in Pokemon, so, we'll see.
Yeah, now that I have... So my 3DS wasn't working, which is why I got this one, really. I had a broken touch pad, and also the screen was getting a little rough. So I've been playing a bunch of things. I'm finally going to play Ultra Sun. I've been playing Monster Hunter Generation. Yeah, I know.
My condolences.
Listen, I still want to do it.
That's too much. That's too much.
I know the technical stuff is good for that game, at least. Like, the things that they... It is an
upgrade to everything except for the thing that I like the most about Original Sun and Moon.
Yep.
So
that's what I have heard. So I'm ready to just, like, sink in and just look at cute Pokemon and ignore the rest.
Yeah.
But I've been playing Monster Hunter Generations on it as well, which you probably remember me saying how insane those old Monster Hunter games are. Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, Rose, I don't know what kind of intervention you need, but I feel like you need one.
It's fun. Hey, this one is, at least, it's not that bad. This one has the benefit of Generations was like the anniversary Monster Hunter game, basically. So it says like something fucking ridiculous, like 200 monsters in it or something. So it's just sort of like rolling them out like candy. So it's just sort of like you don't, like, there's barely any downtime. You just fight new monster, and that's really fun. The controls are less than ideal, but that's one of the few games that actually uses the ZL and ZR, so that's good.
Okay.
And it's cool.
Wait, do you have a regular 2DS or a new 2DS?
It's the new one.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
How does that feel? Because I've seen some of those around and they are very nice looking.
I think it feels pretty good. I have the blue one. I really like how it... I don't know, like, it's weird to... It doesn't... Okay, this is what I was going to say. It feels good to not have to worry about me popping my game out, which is something that I always do with my DS constantly, because I put it in my purse and I just jumbles around or something. It has like a little like a pouch almost in the front of it that you can like pull out, and then you put the game in there and then you push it back in, and it's completely secure in there. It's great. I can't believe it took them like 10 years to do that to a DS.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's good. I think the 2DS is good. I don't miss the 3D at all. The only time I really liked the 3D on the 3DS was the Super Mario 3D Land. I thought that was really good.
I mean, that's the only time that they like really used it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like Pushmo, kinda, I guess.
Kind of, but like barely. It was just like 3D was such a Nintendo thing of that era, I would say, trying to like recapture that Wii Thunder with some sort of gimmick.
They tried.
They tried twice, and they failed. They failed one of those times. The second time, they didn't really fail because the 3DS sold a bunch because it's the new DS.
Because it had Animal Crossing and Pokemon on it. That's why it didn't fail.
That's why the Switch will also.
Yup. Rose.
Yeah.
You put this on the list. You're gonna have to talk about it.
Yeah.
What the hell is Bandori?
Oh, so Bandori is Bang Dream Girls Band Party, which is Bang Dream Girls Band Party.
Girls Band Party.
Yeah. So, you know what Love Live is, right?
Yes.
Vaguely, probably. So Love Live has a phone game where it's like a rhythm game, and you play that, yeah. So this is like that, but none of the girls are idols. They're all in bands, and they play covers of anime openings, and those are the rhythm game songs.
Rose, I'm gonna ask you this question.
Yeah?
And I'm desperately trying to not be offensive. You can slap me upside the head if I am, but am I going to like this game if I'm not a lesbian?
Probably not.
Okay.
It is extremely up that type of thing. It is like, it's all girls, obviously, and it's like, it's cute. I'll say this, like, I think it's very uplifting. It's very like, positive. It's not like idol stuff, which idol stuff has always put me off. I understand the appeal, but it's never been my cup of tea because of a lot of reasons, really.
I completely understand, and like, God bless. Like, this is 100% me just wondering.
Yeah,
it's
no,
okay.
Yeah, I think you could probably get something out of it, but yeah, mostly, like, one of the girls in it is just, like, aggressively so, and all of them are really just built for my type of people, as you say.
Good. You know what? Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's good. I think it's a really fun game. It has the problem that a lot of these types of games have, where it's really hard to get the like gacha currency, kind of like Fate Go. I've been spoiled rotten by Fire Emblem and Grand Blue. Let me tell you, when I played Fate Go and when I played this, it's like, oh, there's like no way to get any of the currency, huh? Oh, geez. Like, my pulls are going to be like weeks apart instead of like minutes. So
here's my question.
Yeah.
I can understand the gacha behind stuff like Grand Blue and Fate and stuff like that, because there are specific characters that you're using in this like RPG sense, and it's like, okay, I can level these characters up, they have strong abilities, etc., etc. I don't understand where the gacha comes in for these rhythm games, because it's like, it's a rhythm game.
So, it comes back to the age-old thing with these gacha things, which is they all have custom art, and they all have what's the thing? So when you go into a concert, you have a little avatar of your person, and if you, depending on like what cards you get from the gacha thing, it changes what they look like, so you'll look fancy to everyone else depending on what you have.
So is it just cosmetic?
So they do have abilities, but they largely don't matter. Like, there'll just be stuff like, oh, when you activate this ability or whatever, your score goes up for this. So it's very, like, superficial, basically. Like, the abilities probably matter if you're trying to get, like, all high-rank stuff or whatever, like, on expert difficulty and stuff like that. But, like,
sure,
by and large, it doesn't really matter. It is pretty much just for the art.
Again, fair enough. It's
totally an interesting question, because I was wondering the same thing going in.
Because, because usually you don't really see too much fervor over specific, because, you know, like, I have friends that play Love Live, and, like, I have, you play a lot of these games. Like, I know people who play these games, and they usually only really get excited if, like, a super rare or whatever of their favorite character gets added.
Yep.
And that makes sense to me. But, like, when you look at Fate or something, it's like, oh, they added this super powerful character. There's way more of just a general fervor. Like,
sure.
when they added Jalter to Fate Go, fucking everybody was flipping out because, like, she's just a good character. And, like, no matter if you think she's hot or not, you still want to get her because she's a good character.
Yeah, with these, it's a lot more of a personal thing, I think, for sure. But
Absolutely.
I think that really feeds into, like, not for Bandori necessarily, but with idol stuff. Like, that's always been the thing with idol stuff, even in real life, right? Like, people just, like, have their favorite one that they get all the merchandise for and stuff like that. And I think it's just an expansion of that. It is an interesting divide, for sure. I couldn't personally understand, like, dumping money into it for me, but, like, I guess I can get why people would do it.
I mean, like, so I briefly flirted with putting money into Fate Go, but two things stopped me. One, the money to quartz trade-off is so fucking bad. I was like, no way. Because, like, you know, there's a point where I was like, okay, I enjoy playing this game. I don't necessarily feel bad about putting money into it.
Yeah.
But then when I saw how much they were charging for it, I was like, no, I'm not going to do that because that is just really bad and gross and very predatory. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to give to that. Secondly, I thought, because I was doing it when Jalter was specifically around, and I was told that I must have misread something. Someone must have told me something wrong. I don't remember. I just remember thinking, it's the only time she's going to show up. I need to get her because she's super powerful, and if not, I'm just going to be fucked. And that's absolutely not true. And when I found that out, I was like, okay, then I don't give a shit. I'll just get whatever characters I randomly get.
Yeah.
I already have a team of powerful characters, and I have a bunch of other characters that I'm leveling up. Who gives a shit? It's all good. So, yeah, it's just a fun little, like, gotcha thing that I do every once in a while that I'm not gonna actually put any money into, because no.
Yeah, for me, like, the only ones I've come close to understanding is Grand Blue does these $30 tickets. That's the, like, $30 gotcha thing that you put in or something. Mm-hmm. But you get a guaranteed character that you get to choose. And that's, like, especially in Grand Blue, where they control, like, all the characters play completely differently, I could understand that. And usually it comes with, like, a little costume for them and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So that's, like, understandable. Just sheer chance is insane to me. That's so scary.
Yeah, not good.
It's
not good.
Gotcha's hell.
It sure is. All right, Rose, do you want to talk about the one news story that you want to talk about? Because there's not really too much news.
Yeah, there's not. We're getting close to the news Armageddon probably at this point.
Yeah. I mean,
you'll be happy. It'll be Smash.
There was an announcement for a new game.
Oh yeah.
That I guess you could talk about.
That's
because
true.
it sounds stupid as shit.
Tell us about this game, John.
They announced the new Tomb Raider.
Yep.
And it sounds like it's the same thing as the other ones, but slightly different. They keep saying this will be when you see Lara Croft become the Tomb Raider. And they've done that like 3 times now. Mm-hmm.
And the funniest thing, you say 3 times. 3 times is also the amount of times that this game was leaked before they announced it.
Yep.
Because I remember literally, I think, like, not like 4 months after Rise of the Tomb Raider came out on PC, I think, there was already, like, Montreal subway, like, someone sat behind a developer and saw on their computer Shadow of the Tomb Raider or whatever, and then they, like, that was leaked, and then it was like, after that there was like, here's promotional material for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and then when the movie was coming out, they're like, here's Shadow of the Tomb Raider exists, they're gonna announce it at, like, E3. And now they finally revealed it all. And it doesn't look great. Like you said, it looks like the same game. We talked a little bit before the show about this. You had seen the first game. I've played both of the ones that are out.
Yeah. My friends like played through that whole first game, and it seemed serviceable. Like there was some.
It's basically Uncharted.
Yeah, like there was some dumb things here and there, but it wasn't anything too bad. It was just it was a solid like B tier game.
Yeah,
and then I felt like I had no interest in it in the second game after I saw the trailer where it was just like, she's crazy. She's not a Tomb Raider. Why would she think that she was a Tomb Raider? That's stupid. You can't raid a tomb. Who the fuck raids tombs?
Yeah, and then in that one, she ends up going to Russia and being weirdly antagonistic towards cosmonauts posters, and also meets Jesus, and that's the game.
Great.
The Holy Grail, I believe, was what they were going after in that one.
I feel like every adventurer has to go after the Holy Grail at least once.
Yeah. When's Nathan Drake? Oh, he never did, I guess. Mm-hmm. He probably did, actually, like in some side novel or something. Yeah,
he did it like off screen. He was like, there's probably some like quote or something where he's like, "Hey Sully, remember when we went after the Holy Grail?" And Sully's like, Nate, I remember when we went after the Holy Grail. Nate,
Nate,
no. And then he like falls off the cliff. He's like, Nate.
Yes, that's Uncharted 5, folks.
But I need to stop doing this Sully impersonation. It's really
See, I haven't played Uncharted, so I'm just like, yeah, I believe you wholesale. This is what he sounds like.
That's pretty much what he sounds like.
He's just Uncharted 4.
I really like Uncharted 4. I now we'll talk about this a little later because, you know, I'll talk to you about your article, but I saw some people like lumping Uncharted 4 in with the like current era of games, like trying to be overly serious, and I feel a little weird about that because I don't know, I feel like Uncharted 4 was just like it definitely tried a little bit more to be more serious and like be about this like familial thing. But I felt like it was way more earned than a lot of these other games are, in that, like, you know, they touch upon, like, it's not just, oh man, I'm being a fucker, oh, that's so shitty, what am I doing? Like, I felt like it was way more human than that, and I could understand why Nate was driven to do what he did, etc., etc. Like, I believe that a lot more than, like, I believe, say, Lara Croft getting yelled at for raiding tombs and then being like, "Oh, why am I like this?"
I'm inclined to believe you, if only because I really like The Last of Us. Despite its own flaws, I think like The Last of Us has a much more compelling thing to say about a bad dad figure, at the very least. For example. Mm-hmm. I think because when you make your game actually completely about that, and like for example Uncharted 4 being like pretty much focused on the family stuff, I'm assuming based on what I've seen, like his brother's in it, right, and stuff like that, like from the beginning.
Well, not to spoil full on, but it's more about like the beginning of that game is Nate just being with his, like, he's settled down. And his brother shows up and kind of doesn't necessarily drag him, but it convinces him to go back to the adventurous side of his life. And it's about him trying to like reconcile and figure out, am I really just made to be this adventurer? Is this just what I do? And is it, should I just say fuck off to my family and just keep doing what makes me happy? Or can I figure out a balance?
Sure, and I think that makes a lot more sense for what they go for with that what they've always gone for with that series, even, I would say, which is trying to be like Indiana Jones in a lot of senses, like that style of thing. Like that just makes sense for the mold that they're going for. Whereas
it fits his character, and it fits like where the series has gone. Like, it feels completely earned. Like, after Uncharted 3, like, that series could have been over, but they kept going with Uncharted 4, and they took it as, like, this is how things would go if Uncharted, like, because Uncharted 3 was the ending, basically, and Uncharted 4 is Nate trying to continue and just kind of being like, should I keep going? Is this the right thing? And, you know, coming to the conclusion that he comes to.
I think, like, that is probably a lot more compelling than my problems with Tomb Raider. Is Tomb Raider as a series was pretty much, like, supposed to be, like, Indiana Jones style stuff. The old ones, which I played a lot of. But they always had, like, such ridiculous stuff going on that was so funny. Like, you fought dinosaurs. Like, there was, like, ghosts and stuff like that. There was just, like, ridiculous stuff going on at all times that it just felt, like, ridiculous. And then, like, they started trying to take it more seriously with the reboot, and that already had its own problems with them doing, like, the grindhouse fucking murder scenes, where she's like, ugh, I don't like those. And, like, a whole bunch of other problems. Yeah.
Spikes through her fucking chin, just like, yeah. Like, all right, yeah, we don't need that.
And they kept doing that in the sequel, albeit, like, a little bit better, but still. They, like, the second one has this, like, big problem where I would say the strongest part of the second one, besides its gameplay, which I think the gameplay is really fun, is that the DLC was like Baba Yaga, and it was a Baba Yaga, which is just Russian boogeyman, basically.
Yes.
And, like, that's really cool because they do a lot of really interesting, like you ride on this, like, walking elevator that has, like, feet and stuff like that. Like, you, like, go through this forest with, like, ghost wolves and stuff like that, and, like, there's just a lot of, like, weird shit happening, and, like, that feels like that was where they did, like, the stuff that you would expect from a Tomb Raider that was, like, more refined and stuff like that. But that's DLC, and the rest of the game is, like, going off of, like, that more, like, acceptable seriousness, almost, like, or, like, that acceptable, not seriousness, but, like, weirdness, like, this is the, like, realistic weird, or whatever, like, this very, like, mundane thing, like the Holy Grail thing, or whatever. It was just so, like, it's a bummer.
Yeah, I feel like games growing up is something that, I don't know, you know, we can talk about this now. Like, I feel like games growing up is something that everyone is a little too attached to. I think. Yeah. I think Roger Ebert pissed people off really bad.
Absolutely.
And they are still feeling that, like, the ripples of that are still going around.
I think, like, it has a lot to do with that. And I also think it has a lot to do with BioShock was such a big deal. And everyone wants to make a BioShock. Everyone, like, BioShock for some reason for people was, like, the moment that, like, they realized, oh, games can have stories for some reason. I don't know why that was the moment, because there were plenty of games before, like, look at Final Fantasy IX, stuff like that. Like, there were lots of games before that had compelling stories, but for some reason BioShock is that one, because it's the twist. It's the twist. You gotta have the twist.
Well, yeah, because, like, also, I don't know. There are some places where it works and where it can make sense, but it just, I do feel like it's a little overwhelming at times, where there's just so many stories where it's the same kind of concept trying to be serious, and it just it's a weird old stale thing, and I would like, I don't know. I feel bad saying that something is necessarily awful, because you can tell any story, and as long as it's told well, it's interesting and it's worth hearing and playing and all that. But I do think right now I think it was it was on US Gamer. I don't remember. It might have been Kat Bailey who wrote it. But someone in US Gamer wrote about how prestige gaming is just going really crazy right now.
Yep.
And yeah, like, it's just like, I agree, because it is just like prestige TV, where, you know, like there are certain prestige TV things that I do enjoy. Like I really like Breaking Bad. I liked the first season of Daredevil. Like I like a good amount of that kind of stuff, but it has to kind of be where it works, and it also has to be done really well. And I feel like not just in games, but also on TV, a lot of people just see this prestige stuff. They see this big spectacle, and they don't really give it enough thought.
Yeah,
and they don't want to give just because it's winning all these awards. They can give it all this praise, and the general populace are like, yes, this is just like movies, the good movies. Because like, look at fucking Game of Thrones. Every time I hear people talking about Game of Thrones, like the general populace will be talking about how much they love it, how good it is, but the people that I know who like read the books or are just like really invested in that story, they fucking hate that show. They fucking hate it. And whenever I hear about it, whenever I hear like, and I mean, yes, it is out of context, but whenever I hear about like shitty bits from that show, it sounds like the fucking pits. Like I have no idea why people would sit there and watch that shit. Like, Game of Thrones, the books, has problematic elements, and, like, usually it's like, okay, sure, yeah, but, like, that is for the story, and I feel like most of the time it is done for a reason. In the show,
gotta sex it up.
In the show, A, yeah, they gotta sex it up, and B, they just put shit in there that's not even in the books just to make people flip out. It's the
twist.
It's a lot, and like I understand, and like yes, TV adaptations can be different. I'm not saying that, but I just feel like there is way too much effort put into the shock, the think piece writing segments. There is too much effort put into there's this big spectacle thing that looks like a movie that legitimizes my hobby.
Yeah. This is something that's always been a problem with me with David Cage and his belief system with games, where he always wanted to make games more like movies because he felt that movies were more legitimate in a sense. And he never managed to do anything with that. And his games constantly suffer because they try to be movies, but they're very bad movies. And then the game itself is also bad. So it just sort of goes into this feedback loop of nothingness. This is a constant thing that is a problem with making these prestige games, is a lot of the times they are either making a gameplay mold that matches some other types of games or whatever, or that is a specific, like, more accessible type, and then trying to tell their grand story, and they don't try to integrate the two at all. And you look at Horizon Zero Dawn, it's a lot of this. Horizon Zero Dawn has a bunch of missions where they like talk about like, this robot's destroying everything, and then you go and beat the robot in 5 seconds, and it's like, what? Like, obviously there's ludonarrative dissonance, as people like to say all the time, but it's really true and serious with these games. This is why I like Nier so much. Is that's a real game that takes advantage of being a game, and that's what I wish more of these games would do. At most, what we're seeing is like a God of War, and they have the Atreus button that you press, and he does something, and that's like it. Like nothing. Like they're trying to make it this more serious thing, and you're still just killing all of these people. That's a serious problem. I have a lot of problems with it, and I don't know how to necessarily, like, people clearly enjoy it for some reason. Like you said with Game of Thrones, you don't really get anything out of it, and it sounds.
I should say I do understand that this does sound kind of like a pretty hoity-toity at times, and
yes, absolutely.
I don't necessarily. I don't want to sound like that. That is, like, you can enjoy something, you can get something out of something, even if I don't. Yes. That is perfectly valuable, and honestly, I would love to hear what you get out of that. Like, that is not something like this is not me telling you shut up, you're not allowed to like this thing. That is perfectly fine. You are absolutely allowed to like different things than what we do. But at the same time, that is just how I see it. And who knows? Maybe if you just give other things a shot too. I would love to try more things. You know, I don't know. I just don't want to make people feel like they're like an idiot for liking Game of Thrones or whatever like that. Like, you're fine.
Yeah, no.
You have plenty of reason to enjoy things. I mean, there are some reasons some things that I will not condone you liking, like, say, for example, if you're just into, like, brutal scenes of awful things, fuck you, that I don't want you listening to my podcast, but, like, you know, I'm sure nobody listening is like, cool, they added all those rape scenes to Game of Thrones, like,
yeah.
I don't think any of you are like that, but, you know, obviously, if you get something out of any kind of entertainment, as long as you are aware, it is perfectly fine.
There's, like, for example, there's a reason that people like Horizon Zero Dawn a lot. There's a reason that people like Gears of War, I almost said. There's a reason people like Gears of War, sure. But also there's a reason people like the new God of War. There are compelling elements to it. I just feel that it could be a lot better. And the topics that they end up exploring for how much money that they get, it is extremely trite to see the same thing every single time. You always have to see the sad dad, usually, is the big thing recently. Like, I am dreading Days Gone. Do you remember that exists? Because I just remembered that exists.
Hey, as soon as I saw Days Gone, like, with day one, when we watched that first trailer, I was like, this is gonna suck ass. Like, it looked really boring and bland, and I don't know who the fuck is, like, champing at the bit to play that game. Yeah. I don't know who the fuck would want to play that right now.
Yeah, that's, like, the thing that keeps getting me is, like, these are the games that will keep getting, like, all of the massive coverage. They'll keep getting all the, like, it's 10 out of 10 for some reason, and it's frustrating because I do think there are legitimate elements that are good in these games, but I feel like once we get, like I said in my piece, if we get in this atmosphere, like, things won't get better because they think they can just keep getting away with the same things over and over again, really, and that's really frustrating because
like, games should absolutely touch upon more mature stories.
Yes.
And should figure things out and should have things to say about society. It's just, it's really frustrating when currently the most mature thing that games can talk about in a broad sense, that they can pull off is you should be a good dad.
And then, like, even then, they don't even make a good dad, is the worst part. Like, every time. Like for example, I like The Last of Us. The Last of Us is not a story of a good dad. It is a story of a very bad one. And that's fine on its own, but they all seem to kind of be that. And it's frustrating that all of these are about just dads. They can't, like... Where's the Lara Croft's a mom? Why couldn't that have been, like, the Tomb Raider thing, right? Like, it's her daughter, or something like that. And she's, like, tutoring her. I'm just gonna say we are dangerously close to recommending a George Wood bit right now. Like, what if Lara Croft was delivering? What is it? It was you have to drive a pregnant Lara Croft to the emergency room while obeying traffic laws.
But no,
really,
you're
though,
right.
What if?
No, you're right. There should be different things, and like. Look at Far Cry 5. Like, yeah. They were touting that game as being this game about... They were trying to be like, this is a game about how America is right now. And then it comes out and it's just like, this crazy cult is just gonna shoot you with drug bullets, and that's it.
Absolutely.
It's like, there's every single... Like, just imagine like, how it would actually feel to play a game where you are, like, in the kind of environment that the real world is, maybe turned up a little bit, but only a little bit, because that's all you would need to do. But Ubisoft chickened out and couldn't do that. And, like, there are valid reasons why you would want to play Far Cry 5. Like, people like to play those kinds of games. People like to go through those progressions, but every single person that I that I hear about, unless they're a fucking asshole who just wants to be like, games don't need to be political, except for when it's except when the guy is the fucking king and all the women are sucking his toes. Like,
yep,
because you know
my politics.
Yeah, and look, you know what I mean. But like, it's just everyone was disappointed because that game touted itself so hard to be this thing that had something to say about today, and it absolutely was not that.
That's the biggest problem, is the complexity to these games, the deepness to these games is from such a specific worldview and such a specific idea of what depth is. Like, Spec Ops: The Line is a bad game, I'm going to come out and say as my hot take. But it is the closest that games have come to making some sort of statement about, like, what you were doing in these games, and even then it was extremely shallow. That's kind of my problem with these types of games. If they explored, for example, why the character of Kratos is designed the way he is, why he was designed the way he is this sort of like hyper masculine idea, instead of just being like, well, now he's a sad dad and he's growing up and that's it, like that's the full stop. That's the problem. Like, there's never going to be a game that examines, like, what is imperialism like, what are the problems with these different government systems, what is the problem with, like, just our society's ideas in general. These types of games just either don't get made, or if they do get made, they get completely, like, covered up because they don't have the budget of God of War. And the budget of God of War would never go to a game that isn't that sort of safe idea. And that's really frustrating right now, because everything is trying to be the same thing because it's what sells. Yeah. Yeah, so if you... I just don't want to dwell too much on this. Rose, you wrote a very fantastic piece on our website. If you haven't read it yet, please go check it out. It is there on the site. It is the hyperbole of homogeny. This is what it's called. So please check it out. She did a fantastic job. Rose, I totally derailed this. No, it's fine.
Would you like to talk about your news, please? Yeah,
this unlike these things, this is a crazy thing that's going on. So you want to talk about, like, games that are the same. H1Z1, that's a game that's the same as a bunch of other games right now, though I guess it was the first one, wasn't it? They were the first one to do the Battle Royale, huh? Because it was PlayerUnknown himself worked there, right? That was the whole thing?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So Daybreak's made by... H1Z1 is made by Daybreak. Daybreak used to be Sony Online. They run EverQuest, stuff like that. Like 3 years ago, they said they were bought by this investment firm called Columbus Nova. They posted on their website. You can't see that anymore because they've deleted that post, but I'll get to that. So yesterday now, this will be whenever the podcast goes up, it'll be a while back. They came out and said that they were never owned by Columbus Nova, and that people were confused and the media had misreported it, and that they were owned by a man who was from Columbus Nova. And this on its own is like a weird thing, but then it gets weirder because so for some reason Columbus Nova has its assets frozen by the United States government because it is owned by a Russian oligarch, which is like a big Russian government money man. And it seems that somehow they've managed to work around the assets so that it doesn't seem like Daybreak was owned by them, so their assets aren't frozen. But by doing that, Daybreak has decided that they're going to pretend completely, and they've gone back and deleted all posts referencing that they were owned by Columbus Nova. And then on top of that, they kept saying that, like, they had no effect on their business, the whole Columbus Nova thing, but then they laid off, like, a ton of people. And it's just this really weird thing that's going on. And I have no idea. Since I wrote this news story you can find on the site about it, there's also been, like, people saying, like, Sony owns 10% of it, which also is preventing them from getting their assets frozen. It's just this really weird thing. And I cannot figure it out for the life of me. Because, like, it's one thing, right? Like, it makes sense that if they were connected to this company that got its assets frozen, they want to distance themselves, right? That's just, like, common sense. But the way that they did it is, like, the least competent way I've ever seen. Like, they just came out and were like, oh, no, we were owned by this guy. It was never that. And then, like, deleted all of their old posts about it. But, like, you can go way back machine that stuff. It's so weird.
Online is fucked up.
It's just, and then it's like, it's making people go like, oh, it's the Russia. It's so weird. Yeah, that's the thing that happened. I
have no idea.
I thought that was weird. It's a weird thing that's going on. You can read about it on the site also. Yes, you can. It's, yeah, I recommend reading about it. It's interesting.
All right. So, I have been watching a lot of stuff lately, mostly because I've just been trying to chill out because I'm moving soon. I'm pretty anxious about that. So I've been watching some movies and some anime, and I would like to talk about that.
All right.
First up, I'll talk about the movies, because the new Avengers movie just came out, and I had not seen I don't know if it was really the last three, but I hadn't seen Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I hadn't seen Thor Ragnarok, and I still haven't seen Black Panther. I'm gonna go see that tomorrow. So I saw Guardians and I saw Thor. And man, those two are probably some of my favorite Marvel movies. Like, those were very, very good movies.
I told you.
Yeah, like, I mean, I believed you. I believed everyone telling me that they were good. But man, yeah, like, super affecting movies about some, like, again, like, good, they are fun, high production value things that tackle different, slightly unsafe topics, and they do it really well. And they made their fucking money. Like, Guardians of the Galaxy is, I mean, hell, Guardians of the Galaxy is about, like, bad parental interactions. Like, it's like, I started crying like a fucking baby at the end of that movie, because it hit me so hard. And, like, then Thor is about, like, fucking refugees.
Oh, Thor is so good.
And Thor, it's really well done.
Yeah, my favorite part of both of those movies is, I think Guardian a little lesser in this department, but Thor definitely more. They broke the flow of what those movies are like in a lot of ways that I really appreciated. Like Thor's like arc in that movie is like completely nonsensical. Like, it has no like loop going on. Like, he has like an end goal for sure, but like so much ridiculous stuff happens in that film that I really like a lot. But yeah, I think both of them have like familial things that are interesting. And I think it covers a lot better than the games. Maybe if not only because they take place over like 2 hours instead of like 20.
Yeah.
But yeah, Guardians. My favorite thing about Guardians, soundtrack. It's really good. It's really
very
good soundtrack.
And the use of the soundtrack too was amazing. Like incorporating the song into
Brandy,
the story
that was great.
Fucking awesome. Yeah.
I was a big fan of Guardians 2. I thought that it was genuinely funny, which is something that I did not get out of like Iron Man and stuff like that, for example, recently. I think Thor is hilarious like the entire time, and you can tell that was made by a comedian director.
Like Taika Waititi is just so talented.
It's
like
so good.
I love What We Do in the Shadows. That is a great movie.
Yeah. And I don't know how Infinity War is, because I've heard mixed things.
Yeah.
But I really liked both of those movies a lot when I saw them. I watched Guardians twice, even. And I liked it both times, because I think it's really good. Man.
Yeah, I'll maybe talk about Black Panther next week or something, but I mean, who knows? We'll see. Because I might also talk about. I don't know if I should. I'll probably wait to talk about Infinity War because I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, I'll probably talk about Black Panther next week because good movies. Like all three of these were like really well regarded. So it's kind of interesting that these Marvel movies are doing like really interesting things with these characters, and I love it. Like
I was really glad when the second I found out Taika Waititi was doing Thor Ragnarok, because that's such a break from like Joss Whedon and like the other people they had been going to, and I think that movie really benefits from it a lot. That movie has so many good parts. It's just like when fucking they get what's his name, the man who plays Hannibal, who plays Odin, Anthony Hopkins, when they get him as Odin to just say "oh shit" when Thor walks out because he's pretending to be Loki. It's like, or Loki's pretending to be him rather. That's like so good. That whole part is so good. Yeah, I recommend those movies.
As do I. And then I've been watching some anime. I guess we can do a little anime touchstone here. We can talk about some stuff that we've been watching. So my the list of shows that I've been watching has changed since we last talked about anime. Because I dropped Gundam Divers, whatever the fuck it's called. And I also dropped Golden Kamui. Build Divers was just kind of boring, and Golden Kamui is just kind of a piece of shit anime. Really poorly made. I'm just gonna read the manga, because everyone says that that's very good, so I'll just do that. Lupin, Part 5, is still phenomenal. Megalobox, same thing. Very, very well made. I found out that they wanted it to look like an early, like an early 90s anime that got like really sloppily slapped onto DVD. So they made it in high def and then like ran it through something to make it look SD and then ran it back through HD. Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
It's really cool. But then the new show that I added, which I was kind of out of nowhere, Robin, your girlfriend, actually recommended it to me. It's called Hina Matsuri.
I've never heard of this.
It's very cute. It's very weird. It is about this Yakuza dude who all of a sudden, like, it is very sudden. It is really obvious that this is like a it might, I don't know if it's a 4-coma, but it is a very snappy like gag manga structure, especially for the first episode. All of a sudden, this like pod drops on his head in his apartment. And inside of it is this little girl, like she's like a middle school age girl, and he just kind of starts raising her. But it turns out that she has psychic powers, like she can manipulate things with her mind. And it is very cute, it is very funny, it is very weird. I would definitely recommend it to people who like to laugh. The first episode has kind of a choppy, it's paced a little weird, because like I said, I feel like it feels like a 4-coma almost, where it's just like, okay, yeah, here's this very obvious like boom 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 joke, boom 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 joke, boom 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 joke. but I feel like they fixed that in the second episode. The third episode is also a little weird. I'm gonna I don't know if warn you is what I want to say, but they introduce a rival character in the second episode for Hina, who also has the psychic powers, and she has like she shows up, she challenges Hina, she tries to go home. Her like teleporting device doesn't work, so she's stuck there. She has too much pride to go back to like where Hina and her adoptive dad is, so she's basically like, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to live on the streets. And it's treated as a joke at first, during the end of the second episode, and then the first half of the third episode is this like legitimately heartbreaking series of scenes of her being actually homeless.
Oh no.
And it's just like it's such a weird thing. Like, it's not like it's necessarily in bad taste. It's just like, oh,
like a bit
wow,
of whiplash.
Like, it's very whiplash, where it's like last episode it was just like, oh, ha ha ha, she'll be okay. She has psychic powers. It's not like she's gonna die. And then the next episode it's like, oh, she's like having to move into this homeless camp. Like, it's just a lot all at once. And then, like, after that, it's just like, now here's Hina and her rich dad having adventures, and it's like, oh boy, it's a bit much, but I still recommend it. Just be aware that there is, like, some pacing issues and some whiplash. It is very funny, and it is very cute. I would definitely recommend watching it. And then, Agretsuko came out on Netflix too.
I've heard very good things, and I'm glad about a couple things. But yeah,
Yeah, no, I watched the first 2 episodes and I really, really liked it. I know the thing that you really like, because I explicitly, like, I watched a few of the shorts on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I explicitly didn't want to watch it because, like, I don't know if you were the first person to mention it, but some people were mentioning when they were like, yeah, there's just, like, this running, like, gag character that the whole joke is that they're trans. And I was like, yeah, no, fuck that. But I guess they're not in this one at all?
Nope. It's great. Yeah. I'm excited to watch it after finding that out today, because I was like, that made me really sad, because it was like, oh, Red Panda Sanrio, that sounds great. And then, like...
Yeah, I'm glad that they didn't do that. It's very, very, very funny. It's very relatable. Mm-hmm. As someone who works a crappy job, as whoever anyone has a crappy job with shitty bosses. Like, it's a good show. It's a good show. I definitely recommend that as well. And one other show that I watched, because we have our anime night in Shoot's chat, and we watched an episode of this show, and it was the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
What was it?
We watched the first episode of Uma Musume Pretty Derby.
Oh, yes, I have heard many things about this anime.
We watched the first episode of the Horse Girl anime. I felt like I was having a stroke pretty much the entire time we were watching it. Uh-huh. Basically, girls, when they are born, randomly inherit the spirit of racing horses.
Yeah.
And they become horse girls. And they have horse ears, they have a tail.
And a horse name.
Yeah, the main character's name is Special Week, which, by the way, the real Special Week just died. Like, as of this recording, like a few hours ago, died. So, I don't know, I feel kind of cursed now. I feel like we're all cursed. It was just fucking bizarre. There was a scene where, like, the coach, like, grabs her haunches, and it was very, very uncomfortable. Because he's like, oh, you've got great haunches. And it's like, yeah, I get it. She's supposed to be a horse, but also she's a girl, and don't do that. They all run very fast. The girls all have horseshoes on the bottom of their shoes. And that's pretty scary. Overall, it is just a fucking nightmare, and I don't recommend you watch that. I say steer clear. I say steer very clear. Like, don't even get on that fucking interstate. But yeah, no, that show is fucked up.
It really is.
Yeah, Rose, have you been watching any anime lately?
I have. It's been a bit since I've been on the podcast, I think. So, what have I finished Hunter x Hunter. Just finished it. Right and proper. It's good anime.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I hope Tagashi rests, first of all, I should say. I hope the author takes his time and relaxes, but also I hope that they make enough manga to make more anime, because I really liked it a lot. What have I been watching? I started watching Zankyu no Terror, or Terror in Resonance. Which is a couple years old at this point. It's by the Cowboy Bebop director, and also has music from the Cowboy Bebop composer. And it's interesting. It has nothing to do... It's not like Samurai Champloo, where it's just Cowboy Bebop again. It is this show about these two boys who are just doing terrorist attacks in Japan. And they sort of give riddles to policemen, and the policemen try to solve it. And there's also like this girl who they meet who has familial drama. It has a really good soundtrack, and I think it's pretty compelling so far. It's fairly short. It's only 11 episodes, and I'm on episode 5. But I've been enjoying that. What else have I been watching? Me and my girlfriend started watching Bakano. I've heard good things of Bakano.
Mm-hmm.
It's good so far. I really like the storytelling in that anime a lot. I like Durarara a lot. It's very similar to that. I'm excited to see where that goes. I know that probably has a lot of twists that will change a lot of stuff. There was one more. I watched most of the current, the second series of Monogatari I rewatched with my girlfriend, and I also watched Hana Monogatari for the first time, and that's all great. I love all of that. It's amazing. Have you seen any Monogatari at all? I know you read the book. You tried to read the book, rather, but it was too much.
No, I got a little bit into the book, and I started listening to it again, and I'll probably finish it, but yeah, no, I don't know. It's kind of stupid. I feel like I would like it. I feel like I would be at least more interested in it with the anime, because every time I see any like screenshots or GIFs or whatever, it is just fucking gorgeous.
You should watch just straight up Bakemonogatari. It is probably even, I would say, the least problematic out of any of them. And I think it's very, very good still. I rewatched that earlier this year, and that was great. I think it holds up. The second series of Monogatari, even if it has it doesn't have as much bad shit as like the toothbrush one, the series that has the toothbrush scene. But it has a lot of really good storytelling payoffs that I really, really appreciate. And I think Hana Monogatari, which is just all about the girls, is great.
Hanging out.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's really happy and it's really good though. If you like weird storytelling things, very serious and weird presentations, I recommend that series. Be warned, it has some bad stuff in it because anime, but it is really, really good. I love Monogatari series too. I think it has a great ending. It's just really good. It does a lot of interesting stuff with its characters.
Sure. Right.
I'm not watching any new anime, John. I'm sorry.
Hey,
I looked at this season lineup and I was like, I might watch Megalobox at some point.
I think you might enjoy Hina Matsuri. But yeah, Megalobox is pretty cool too. All right. I guess that will do it for everything else. Let's do questions.
All right.
I don't have that many, so I guess we could just run through this. If you want to send in a question like these folks, please go ahead and go to videogamechuchu.tumblr.com/ask or podcast@videogamechuchu.com. That is our email address. You will sound something like this. Tumblr user Down the Clown.
Yeah.
They sent in and asked, would you say that Platinum Games is more Capcom than Capcom these days?
what does that mean? I'm trying, like, I think I sort of get what they're going for.
See, the thing is I kind of feel like this is a slightly unfair comparison because Platinum is just a slice of Capcom from a certain age.
Clover.
It's Clover. So, you know, that's like they are the Devil May Cry, the Okami, the Beautiful Joe, because Kamiya was that, and then Kamiya went to Platinum. So I feel like that's, like, yes, but duh. You know, like, of course
yeah, like, they're not going to be making, like, Resident Evil. So they're not going to be making, what's another, Mega Man, Phoenix Wright, Monster Hunter, all that, exactly. It's not exactly what they're good at, necessarily. That's not their cup of tea.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So yeah, I get it, but, like, of course.
I think that Platinum is more consistent, probably, at the very least with their main A-team games like Revengeance, Bayonetta, Wonderful 101. But yeah, I think it's hard to compare the two, especially because Platinum has a budget of, like, nothing constantly. Like, all the time. Like, even you look at Nier Automata. Nier Automata had nothing as a budget, pretty much, like, compared to any other game that Square Enix made or anything else. Like, they budget their games to stay afloat, basically. Whereas Capcom has Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. It's a strange it's an interesting question, I'll say at least that. It made me think.
Absolutely, and that's what's most important, is what you think. We got our next question here. We got 2 questions from Shulis. I'll just do both of them in a row. First one, what game characters do you think would do great in Dancing with the Stars? I think an easy... Luigi, probably. I think an easy one would be Bayonetta.
Oh, absolutely.
But absolutely, she would kill it.
Yeah, who else? You know, Simon Belmont, because you see him on those stairs, he's fucking going for it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he would do like the fucking Walking Man or something.
Absolutely.
Dancing with the Stars.
I mean, I bet Alucard would just...
Oh, like, yeah, he backstepping and stuff like... Yeah, all right, yeah.
Yeah, he could... I mean, he would do the moonwalk. He could probably just do a whole Michael Jackson routine.
Wow. I didn't think about that. That'd be good. I was almost going to say the fucking Emperor from Star Wars, but that doesn't count. And it was just because of the part where he says, "Must I do everything myself?" he does the fucking...
She's going hard as hell. Oh, speaking of going hard as hell, David Cage, you know?
Yeah, yeah, he is a video game character, technically.
Yeah, unfortunately.
He does dance and
yeah, he does.
So yes, I would say that one of the protagonist's girlfriends from Indigo Prophecy, whose name I cannot remember, who does a naked dance on the table in one of the bonus videos. She would be great at dancing.
I mean, Elena from Street Fighter.
Oh, yeah. The Vanquish guy.
Oh, fuck yeah.
He just jetpack around. Well, if he didn't have his jetpack, well, he'd probably still have some sort of idea of what to do.
He would just do the, like, fucking Bruce Springsteen, like, sliding on the floor.
You know why I was saying Luigi is because I was thinking of his Final Smash from Brawl. I was thinking, like, yeah, he's just doing that. He's having a good time. I bet he would have a good time, and that could rub off on a lot of the contestants. Otherwise, they'd be like, oh, yeah, like, he's inspired me to do better.
Yeah. Shulis also asks, who's the coolest Avenger? Marvel opinions.
So, like, out of the current ones?
Yeah, I guess I would say let's just go with the movies, because I have no idea what's going on in the comics right now, like who is in the actual Avengers. So I guess I have a weird answer. I mean, I feel like Spider-Man is my easy go-to. But like after seeing Thor, I think Thor is definitely up there now. Just from Ragnarok.
So yeah, I'm gonna say Thor specifically because of the one scene in Thor Ragnarok where he's talking to fucking Doctor Strange or whatever, and he says like, you could have called me, or you sent a text message, and he's like, do you have a phone? He goes, no, but you could have sent me an electronic mail or whatever. And he's like, do you have a computer? And he's like, no. And he's just like so like indignant about it, like, what? And it's just like, God, this motherfucker doesn't even think about anything.
That scene of Thor and Doctor Strange interacting made me appreciate Doctor Strange more than the entire actual Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah, me too. It's so good.
Because like I didn't hate the Doctor Strange movie. Like Doctor Strange is one of my favorite superheroes. But, like, that movie was just, But that interaction between Thor and Doctor Strange, I was like,
that whole sequence is so good.
Yeah, it was very fun.
I'd say,
I guess I would say, I would say, like, Thor or Spider-Man.
Thor even has an eye patch now. That instantly makes you cool, like Big Boss.
Yeah. I'm also a pretty big fan of Captain America. Like in the movies, he's a really great. I know he's a little white bread, but he's still good. He's still a good character.
Yeah, I really like Winter Soldier, but now anytime I think of Captain America, all I can think of is Hannibal saying, "I think this guy's a war criminal now." I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I explicitly like Captain America as much as I do, just because ex-Chooch staff member Will Westwater basically based his entire life around Captain America.
Wow.
And looks like Captain America, and honestly, I don't know what happens in Infinity War, but if Chris Evans has to, like, not play Captain America anymore, I legitimately think Will Westwater would be a good casting call. Like, that is not just me saying, oh, my friend should be in a movie. Like, he would actually do a good job. Like, he looks extremely the part. Like, if you look at a picture of Will Westwater now, and you look at, like, the current action figures for Infinity War Captain America, they are shockingly similar.
Mm-hmm.
But, I do like Captain America. I also like Iron Man in theory. Like, I have some fun with him, and I think he's a good foil, but, like, obviously he's also a shithead, and,
I think the real problem with Iron Man is that he is played as if he is, like, relatable and, like, good? Question mark? When he's, like, making, like, horrible, like, hell prisons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's really strange. I think, like, the comics get a lot more into, like, making him, like, questionable more. And
more of a complex character.
Yeah, whereas, like, in the movie, it's just like, look, it's him. He's the funny man who's, like, House, basically.
I think the best, and I know that a lot of people are like, what are you talking about? But, like, Iron Man 3 really captured who Tony Stark is.
I would say so.
Like, Iron Man 3 is also another one of my favorite Marvel movies. Like, nobody really talks about Iron Man 3. I fucking love Iron Man 3. I like Iron Man. I wish Fing Fang Foom was in it. I think that it would be hilarious. That's all I have to say. Yeah, they need to go wild with that shit. Alright, we got, let's just do one more question here. Again, if you'd like to send in questions, videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask, or podcast at videogamechoochoo.com. No, just podcast at videogamechoochoo.com. And, this is from Robin. This is from Century Punk. And I'm guessing that this is pointed to you because I don't know what the fuck this is. I'm gonna actually run a Google search while I read this because, So, she says, can you draw any parallels between the Araria
Oh no.
Araria stories.
I don't.
whole stories, individual characters, or both, and Christianity. Explain your connections, giving examples from both the Watership Down and the Bible. So it's the Watership Down stuff?
I don't know what this means. Why is this directed at me?
I've never seen... Okay, I just googled this. Watership Down wiki.
Watership Down wiki? Isn't it just a book?
I don't know. I've never watched Watership Down. I don't know this.
It's about rabbits at war.
I know that. It's a rabbit who lived long before Hazel and the rest of the Watership Down were born. He was the prince of the rabbits. He lived with his trusted sidekick and captain of Owsla Rabscuttle and his people in a state of peace with the rest of the animals in the world. Till one day, when the rabbit's reproduction increased out of control, Lord Frith told that to maintain their numbers steadily, but the rabbit told Frith that his people are the strongest in the world. Damn.
Well, I like this part. El Araya was among the animals in these days, and he has many wives. He has so many wives that there was no counting them, and the wives had so many young that even Frith could not count them. They ate grass.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So Frith is God, it looks like. Yeah, Frith.
It seems like I don't
is the sun whom the rabbits deem as a god.
I don't know I don't know anything about Watership Down, and I'm looking at this and I'm baffled. You have to bless my bottom, for it is sticking out of the hole?
Yeah, I don't know. Robin, if you want to get back to us about this shit, feel free.
How could you do this to us?
Yeah, I feel a little, I don't even know. We actually did get one more question. So I guess I'll follow that up, that embarrassment with another embarrassment. Friendazone asks, what are your top 5 favorite memes?
Oh, this should be easy for you. They're probably all YouTube poops, right?
Chill.
Here's one. Slayer.
Slayer is definitely
Slayer's
my top 5.
like probably my favorite one.
Yeah.
I like anything that reminds me that RuneScape existed. That's always funny in general.
Buying GF.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's great. What was like, I have twice as many GFs as you. 2 times 0 is 0.
Yeah.
Like, just stuff like that. It's like, that's amazing. What's another? Duende Real. That's another great meme.
Duende Real, yes!
And then... you say some of yours and I'm going to keep thinking.
I love all the YouTube poop ones. Like, fucking... like, King Harkinian, just in general, is, like, one of the greatest characters ever conceived. Like, he's incredibly powerful. He's friendly to Link and calls him his boy, even though he's not his son. Like, he's incredibly kind, and I love King Harkinian, and he just loves eating dinner. Like,
he does now. He didn't used to.
He has a gun that shoots dinner. Dinner blaster.
Ugh.
And then, like, Dr. Robotnik, like, he says penis, like, 3 different ways. They're all very funny.
John. What was I gonna say? Oh, I it's trite at this point, but I thought We Are Number One was really funny for a while. I really did. I thought I was impressed with how much people were dedicating themselves to that. And
like on that note, like, steamed hams is fucking...
Oh, steamed hams, absolutely. I didn't even think of that.
It's still good, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I love steamed hams.
Yeah.
There's so many... The Metal Gear Solid one is art.
When I first watched that, for, like, the first half of it, I was like, yeah, this is okay. And then as soon as, like...
this dialogue scene.
As soon as they got into the dialogue scene with the stock footage, I was like, holy fuck.
It's a regional dialect, I see.
Oh, it was so perfect. I'm trying to think what my favorite one is. I had, like, a favorite one. I mean, there's, like, the one where they set it up like a Danganronpa trial. That one's really good. The Phoenix Wright one also in the same note, very, very good. Like just I think my favorite one is the one where they made it a Ghost Trick level. That's the best
that one was so much.
That was so fucking good.
There's a lot of. I'm trying to think of like. Honestly, this is a good question because it's making me try and remember memes.
And it's also like helping capture our sense of humor too, because like
YouTube.
Yeah, because YouTube poop is so stupid. You know, I'm gonna tell this story. I told this story to Ryan a couple nights ago, and he flipped the fuck out. Okay, so I don't know if you remember. I mean, most people remember Over 9,000, but the guy who originally made the Over 9,000 video, which, by the way, go watch that video now. It is incredibly unfunny.
Yeah.
It sucks. The guy who made that video made a bunch of other, like, similar videos with just, like, a bunch of sound effects and shit that I used to think that shit was hilarious when I was younger. And one of the fucking lines, which, I mean, was a meme in itself, was the, like, bit from StarCraft where he's like, you must construct additional pylons. And I would just laugh my ass off at fucking, like, Pylons remixes and shit, where it was just, like, music with the guy with the pylon. Like, I thought that was fucking hysterical. I would watch that without headphones, just sitting in my computer, laughing my ass off. And I distinctly remember at one point, I was in my room playing a game or something, and my mother called me out to the living room, because for a while my mom watched Lost. And there was a scene in Lost where someone used the term pylon.
Oh,
she called me out because she was like, there's pylons.
Oh my god, Sean.
And that is why I use headphones no matter what.
Oh my god.
It was one of the most fucking stupid, embarrassing things. And now you all know it.
I'm shaking my head.
Yeah, that was the kind of humor that I had when I was younger. I feel like I'm at least a little bit more refined in that I think that, like, concepts are funny and not just words. I guess I've stepped up a little bit.
You know what? Here's a good meme recently that has been making me lose my mind, is the Darling and the Franks characters moving their mouths so fast. It is, like, killing me. And
it's
people
really
are
good.
just, like, putting things in.
I will accept any shit talk about that show. I'm down to
it's
clown
disappointing.
On it. I'm down to clown on it.
It is really something.
Also, the fans are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
They need to chill out.
Favorite meme is chilling out, and I wish more people would appreciate it.
Yeah. So that's not necessarily a top 5, but I think you kind of understand. Like, we laugh at a bunch of stupid content online every day. I say dumb shit online every day. I fucking post about, like, turds and, like, getting in a fight and having some...
T-Hanos.
It's good. It's very good. Anyway... I don't know where the fuck this concept came from, but, like, one of my friends and I were just, like, talking about, like, weird shit that could happen to you while you're in a fight, and we came to the conclusion that one of the worst things that could happen is if someone just, like, in a completely non-sexual way, just, like, grabbed your soft dick and just, like, stretched it.
What?
So we were just talking about, like, Geralt in The Witcher just being like, if you don't stop it, I'll stretch your soft pee-pee out. Like,
oh my god.
And for some reason we came to we just started talking like fucking Dulin from Shenmue 2. We're just like, no, don't stretch it. Like, I don't, that's what happens when you talk to your friends at 3 a.m. Talk about Dulin getting his dick stuck in a box and, like, trying desperately to not getting stretched out. I need to end this podcast. I need to stop doing this. folks, that's it for the show. Please feel free to... Oh, you know what? It's almost the first of the month. So now would be the perfect time to donate to our Patreon, because then it will actually charge you. So go to patreon.com/VGCC. We are in the process of figuring out our new content that will go up a little early for patrons.
Yeah, we have some ideas.
Yeah, we have some ideas, and I'm absolutely stoked for it. We also have our social media that you can follow, which is twitter.com/VGChooChoo. We have our Tumblr, videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com. And we have our Discord server. I was going to be like, just our website? It's like, that's
we have our website.
Yeah, we do have the website. Please check out the website, videogamechoochoo.com. Or you can go to hailtotheking.baby. That works, unfortunately.
You sure can.
Yes, you can. And our Discord server is thegamezone.zone. Type that into your web browser, and you'll be transported to a wonderful place where you can talk about all kinds of dumb shit, and I will post really bad memes in there, and you'll have to suffer. You'll be on the ground floor of when I come up with getting your soft pee-pee stretched. You'll be there, ready on day one.
Shaking my head more.
And we will see you. And I'd also like to thank Melt Channel for the use of our theme song Crush off of their album Magic is Real. I apologize profusely for your music being associated with our bullshit. We'll see you next week with another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. Good night.